Greetings. If I'm ever going to take what my sensei Gary Vee ever says seriously about YouTubing and personal branding, then what I really need to do is start talking about my personal journey, my journey through my creative stuff. So I'm gonna try and be a little more open about what's going on here with my story writing, because in the past I was very afraid that if I talked too much about what I was working on, I'd kind of lose the steam on it. And looking back on it now, that kind of sounds like I'm just fucking around a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I must not be that serious if I'm gonna let the idea just die because I told someone about it. It's pretty fucking dumb. Anyhow, so I'm at this point in this manuscript right now where I have widened the margins because I like to see how the lines stack up. These are just some notes to myself. These are some notes to myself. These are some shit before. And I got my headings on. You ask Koji, man. I love my fucking headings. If you don't have your headings formatted, what are you doing? So I have notes along the way. I've had more notes before, so I had potentially good chapters. So that's shit that I need to like redo usually. And this was a lot worse like a week ago. Like every other chapter was like, this needs to be redone for these reasons and that reason. Along the way, I will do. Let's see if I can find one. Let's say I do comments. Fucking come on. Okay, here's one. This chapter shines, in my opinion. So that's me being a little modest and telling myself I love what I've done there. And basically that's kind of like a reminder that's like the rest of the novel needs to be as good as that chapter. And if it's not, then what are you doing? Likewise, I also have notes that say this chapter is shit. You need to go revisit this other chapter, or you need to rethink the character dynamic here because this is just two people talking, or whatever the problem is. Sometimes I usually don't know what the problem is. I just tell myself it's shit until I figure out what it is. Here's a funny note. This is too silly not to bring up again, and you have failed to do that. And then I have a reply, don't resolve this comment until you find a clever way to use this in the story. So there you go. Sometimes you gotta hold yourself to a certain standard. Get my face out of there. Okay, I don't know why I highlighted this. Pro tip about highlighting colors in things. Don't fucking do it if you don't have a key. You need a key that tells you what those colors are for. Otherwise, what the fuck's the point? Anyhow. So this is what I wanted to talk about today mostly. It was basically this section, which is like near the end, but there's going to have to be a few more chapters added here for things to make sense. And what happened was this span, you'll notice these actually say chapter. And what happened was I just didn't know what the fuck was going on. I knew it was going on, but it was so rushed and so dull. And what I had to do was basically start those from scratch. And what I did was I just opened up a notepad file. I don't have it saved or I would have shown it to you. And I did the Kisho Tenketsu. Can I show you one that's not too spoiler heavy? Because you guys know what the story is about and you want to get spoiled, right? So basically, Ki is introduction. Sho is the introduction of a conflict. And Ten is like a twist. Ketsu is fucking resolution. And it doesn't always have to be like a hard resolution. It can just be like a little something that just kind of caps the chapter, leaves it open to a cliffhanger or something. And so basically I just did that for these chapters. So it's like 4 chapters. It was originally only 2 chapters, and then I realized I was really shortchanging myself by not fleshing out each pivotal moment. Like I knew what the pivotal moments were to get things forward, but like how do I fucking say it, or how do I do it? So that's what these markers are for. So next time I go to write, I will just work on these and make shitty little drafts of these outlines, the Kisho Tenketsu outlines, and then try to finalize that, and then just do the same thing for these next parts too. I decided not to do it for every single part. coming up because I want to see how these turn out in case some ideas change. And then I'll do it again for the next batch, and then again for the next batch, and then hopefully I'll have something fucking almost finished. And then it'll just be going back. And then what I'll do is I'll put it on a Kindle and read it from there as if I were a reader, or I'll read it on my mobile too, and then just highlight shit along the way as I reread it to try and figure out what needs to be fixed along the way. If there's certain inconsistencies, I know there's going to be a lot. So that's what that time will be for. So yeah,